Doreen Grand-Pichet is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen.
I got to get to this question that came in last Friday from a viewer in Jakarta, Indonesia. They said that their son was diagnosed with social communication disorder at 2. At that point, they began therapy, sensory integration, speech therapy, occupational therapy, floor time, behavior therapy, but not ABA at that time, play group with shadow teacher, and that he could mention words, animals, vegetables, fruits at 2 years, 9 months. Since that time, at 2 years, 10 months, he was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and they immediately started ABA at 3 years old. For starter, they did 20 hours a week at home, and now they've increased to 30 hours a week, but they're doing it with different centers because in India, there are maximum hours per week that they can do at a single center. So now the child is 3 years old, 3 months. He can mention more functional words. He can tact, manned, he wants milk, he wants his mom to accompany him, he wants to sleep, etc. Well, they said that not so much. No aggressive or challenging behaviors. He's a sweet boy who can hug his dad and mom and grandpa, knows his name and how old he is. The ABA therapy has increased his eye contact. They've also done a little biomedical therapy with antifungal for yeast overgrowth, planning diet, and planning methyl B12 shots. My questions are, is it right to join 3 centers, 1 for home service and 2 in other centers with ABA VB map directed by a BCBA? And what is your opinion about ABLLS and ABA verbal behavior? Because the centers use these 2 methods for assessment and therapy. And last, the pediatrician gave my son risperidone, a very small dose daily, although he has not shown any challenging or aggressive behavior. And is this, in your opinion, right? Thank you very much. And they say they're a big fan of the show. So we're sending them
that's lovely. Thank you.
Hugs and love.
So big hug and congratulations, because I think your child is doing extremely well. And I'm very excited for you. This is a very young child. It gives me goosebumps whenever I hear the bio of a child like this, because these are clearly your child is learning really, really fast. And in normal circumstances, I would say, no, you don't want to have 3 different centers. Everybody's going to be doing things differently. But in your situation, I'm actually going to say it's fine. It's totally fine, because first of all, your child's learning fast. And I think you should credit yourself for having done a lot of stuff absolutely correctly. Good job. And, it doesn't seem like the 3 centers are hindering your child's progress. In fact, it might even be helping him generalize, which is totally fine. The ABLLS is VB-MAP. VB-MAP is verbal behavior is a form of is teaching, which is a big part of ABA as a whole. It's the concepts that we use in ABA to apply to language learning. And VB-MAP and Web ABLLS, they all use verbal behavior. So it's totally fine. You're not doing anything conflicting. I wouldn't want to reduce hours. And if there's a weird thing in Indonesia that says you can only get certain hours at each center, is it Indonesia they're in, Shannon?
Yes, I think I said India because it was abbreviated, but they're in Indonesia, yes.
Yeah, so I wouldn't cut the hours. I'd keep the 3 centers just so that your child can continue to get the hours they're getting. So I wouldn't change any of that. I think what you've done is fantastic. The only portion I would change is the risperidone. I don't think a child that is learning this fast and is doing this well and doesn't seem to have challenging behaviors or self-stimulatory behaviors requires risperidone. I would talk to the physician about that and maybe fade him off and see how that goes. But I think everything else you're doing sounds great. Keep going with it.
If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook.
You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.
Don't forget, you can watch Ask Dr. Doreen live every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time on autismnetwork.com. We hope to see you there.